So you want to own a property with some land in Fresno area? If you've been thinking about or dreaming about living on an acreage home in Fresno County, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Acreage Living in Fresno County. My name is Yue Lehman, and I help my clients buy and sell acreage homes in Fresno County. Subscribe to this channel so you will be the first to know whenever I have new acreage home purchase tips. Whether you want to move into your acreage property next month or next year, I am here to help you. You can send me an email or text, give me a call, or schedule a meeting with me so you will know exactly what to do next to move towards your acreage home dream. Today I am here to answer the frequently asked questions on acreage home purchases. Let's get started. Hello, I am looking to purchase acreage home, and I hear that you're the best acreage home realtor in the area. So hopefully you can answer my bunch of questions today. My very first question is, do I have to put down 20% to buy an acreage home? Okay, so I get this question a lot. The answer is no, you don't have to have 20% down in order to purchase a home. There are many other ways to do that. There are first-time home buyer loans that allow you to put down as little as 0%, more often 3.5%, 5%. If it's not your very first home, typically you would need to put down at least 10% down, but no one says you have to put 20% down. Okay, what about student loans and car loans? I have them both. Can I still buy a home? Simple answer is yes. You can still buy a home even if you have student loans or medical debt or car loans. What's important is that you have a consistent income, and you've had a consistent income in the past, and you are going to have a consistent income looking into the future. And you have enough income so that you would qualify to be paying back for a loan. That's what the lender cares about. So yes, you can, even if you can still buy a home, even if you have student loans, car loans. I hear some people talking about borrowing from 401k. Can I borrow, or would it be a good idea to borrow from my 401k? Depending on your situation, it can be a great idea to borrow from your 401k. So there are different ways to use money from 401k. One of them is to borrow from it and you pay back the interest. The other way is for a qualified a withdrawal. It could be penalty free. There are rules around the qualified, what's considered a qualified withdrawal from your 401k. But simply put, yes, you can. You can borrow from it or you can withdraw from it. Depending on your situation, if it were me, I would encourage you to borrow from it because then the money in your 401k account can still grow. But if you're more debt averse, you don't want to be in debt, then you can consider withdrawing from it using a non-penalty way to withdraw. And use that for your home purchase fund. The interest rates are so high right now. Is it better if I wait until the rates lower and then buy a home? Okay, interest rates are on everybody's mind, and I totally understand for good reasons. But my answer is no, you should not wait for interest rate to come down in order to buy your acreage home. A few different reasons. One is you don't know if that's going to come down. And two is even if you know interest rates are going to be lower, how many more people do you think will be in the market just same as you're thinking that they're waiting right now and they're going to buy as soon as the rate drops, right? So there's going to be a lot more competition when that happens. So I want to encourage you to think about why you want to buy a home right now or in the near future. Something has triggered you into looking at homes, right? At least online, into thinking about this. And let's focus on that reason and focus on the monthly payment of a home that fits your needs rather than the rate that fits your needs. because rates are relative, but monthly payment, once we figure that out, that can be set. What about PMI? Should I avoid it? Great question. PMI stands for Private Mortgage Insurance, is an additional expense that's associated with the mortgage loan when you have less than 20% down. So if you put 10% down, there's some sort of private mortgage insurance. It could be called MIP as well for a different type of loan, mortgage insurance premium. Basically, it's an additional monthly cost that's associated with the loan because you didn't put 20% down. And the question, should I avoid it, is not necessarily. It really depends on the type of loan and how much this additional insurance is costing you a month. If it's only another $50 or $100 a month, but you can get into a home that you've been dreaming about for a long time, and you didn't have to put 20% down, you only needed to put 10% down, what would you choose? To save up for another 10% that could take a few years, or just pay the $50 or $100 or whatever that amount is that makes sense to you right now, right? So I would say don't close that door. Don't just commit to no PMI or MIP just because it's a little bit of additional cost. Let's look at the quotes and we can figure it out from there. Aren't acreage homes more expensive than a regular home since they're on bigger lots? And how can I afford one? While you might think it's more expensive than a regular home, quote unquote, there are plenty of acreage homes or homes on land that are cheaper than a really nice fancy home in town. It just depends on what you're looking for and what suits your needs. So they're not necessarily more expensive, although I could see why people think they might be more expensive because there's the bigger area, right? Bigger lot. But that's not true. Don't let that stop you. And there are loans that are there are types of loan programs that specialize in this type of properties that could be a great source for you. So my credit score isn't great. How can I improve it so I can get a better loan option? I am so glad you're asking this question because you didn't just stop yourself and say my credit score is not good enough and I'm just going to stop here. You're asking how can I make it better so I can get what I want, which is getting into an acreage home. So there are a lot of different lenders that we work with have these different tips to improve your score. You could work with them on like a 3-month plan or maybe a 6-month plan or maybe even a year or 2-year credit score improvement plan. They have tips to let you know what are the best practices to increase your credit score so that in the future, later down the road, you can be you can have much better credit score and qualify for the best types of loans with the best types of rates. I don't know anything about taking care of a big property. Can this still be right for me to buy an acreage home? If it is your dream to live on an acreage property, then yes, this can be right for you. And don't worry if you don't have any experience taking care of land. That's where I come in. I have this article and also made this video on 6 things you have to know before buying an acreage property. And I have so many more tips like that because I live on an acreage property myself and I slowly have figured out how to take care of things and maintain large properties. And don't worry if you have absolutely zero experience. We all have to start somewhere, right? What about I have to sell a home first before I make the purchase for the next one? Is there any way around this? That is wonderful. You already have a home. You already own a home. And there are different options when you buy and sell at the same time. And what I always want to mention too is maybe if you want to be a landlord, might want to consider being a landlord, you might not have to sell it. And there are options we can explore as well. Maybe you can turn that into a rental and have the rent income to help you qualify for the loan, for the new home loan. But we don't know until we learn about your specific situation. And there are also other options like a bridge loan where you can buy your next home first and then sell your current home within a certain amount of time. That way you don't have to be all scrambled, have to buy and sell at this and move all at the same time. So there are different options out there. I would like to explore all of them with you and see what would best work for you. Well, that was helpful. Thank you. Okay, my friends, that wraps up my answers to the frequently asked questions on acreage home buying. And remember, whether you're looking to move into your acreage home next month or next year, send me an email, a text, or give me a call or schedule a meeting with me. That way I can help you figure out what to do next, and you can get into your acreage property sooner rather than later on your own timeline. Okay, I will talk to you next time. Bye bye.